Welcome. Today, we address a critical shift in our professional identity, moving the medical microbiologist from a role of passive diagnostic support to becoming a primary institutional driver of perioperative safety. Our expertise in pharmacology and pathogenesis is the key to transforming surgical antimicrobial prophylaxis, SAP, from a routine chore into a precision clinical instrument. The hazard of surgeon's benevolence. Consider this common scenario. A 24-year-old female, post-elective LSCS, afebrile with a healthy wound, yet still receiving Curoxime. This is the benevolence trap, a psychological drive to protect the patient that ignores biological reality. For clean and contaminated procedures, prolonged prophylaxis is an evidence-free risk multiplier, not a shield. The biological imperative, the dual mandate of prophylaxis. We must educate our teams that SAP is a targeted molecular strike, not a continuous shield. Our clinical objective is to achieve optimal bactericidal concentration against likely pathogens, primarily endogenous flora like S. aureus, the moment the skin is breached. Simultaneously, our stewardship mandate is to prevent adverse drug reactions and eliminate selection pressure for resistant organisms like C. difficile. Pharmacokinetics dictate the golden hour. Precision timing is governed by pharmacokinetics. For beta-lactams like Cefazolin and Cefuroxime, which have rapid times to peak, 10 to 35 minutes. The action window is strictly 15 to 60 minutes prior to incision. Vancomycin, however, requires a 60 to 120-minute lead time due to its slower tissue distribution. We must also enforce biological redosing if the procedure duration exceeds 2 half-lives of the drug, approximately 4 hours for Cefazolin, or if blood loss exceeds 1.5 liters. The barn door activation curve. There is no point in closing the barn door after the thief has escaped. Landmark studies demonstrate that if the antibiotic peaks after the incision, the bacterial contamination threshold is irreversibly breached, and SSI rates can quadruple, from 0.5% to 3.3%. As microbiologists, we provide the evidence that tissue concentration at the time of wound closure is just as vital as at the time of incision. SAP is the keystone of the 7S perioperative shield. SAP is the keystone of the 7S bundle, but it cannot overcome failures in other sterile protocols. This ecosystem includes screening for MDROs, preoperative CHG showers, and clippers-only hair removal. Intraoperatively, we must advocate for physiological stability, maintaining normothermia, 36 Celsius, glycemic control, less than 200 milligrams per deciliter, and high inspired oxygen, FiO2 80%, to augment immune oxidative killing. The hazard of continuation, divergence of risk and benefit. We must be clear, prolonged postoperative prophylaxis offers zero benefit. Meta-analyses of 44 RCTs confirm that extending antibiotics beyond skin closure does not reduce SSIs. Conversely, it creates compounding harm, with patients receiving non-concordant prophylaxis facing a 6.7 times higher risk of developing C. difficile. The standard limit is 24 hours for most surgeries, with a 48-hour exception for open-heart procedures. The anatomy of clinical variation. Compliance fails because of a communication jigsaw and an ownership void. When SAP is treated as a low-priority task amidst competing theater demands, delegation to junior staff leads to disjointed handovers. Microbiologists must step into this void to clarify who owns the clock and the dose. The reality of current practice, SNAPS data. We cannot manage what we do not measure. National audits like SNAPS reveal that 43.4% of procedural prophylaxis and 46.5% of post-procedural prophylaxis are inappropriate. These gaps, often due to inconsistent availability or administration delays on the ward, require us to lead regular process and outcome surveillance. The impact slope, driving systemic change. Systemic change is achievable. By implementing standardized institutional policies, tertiary care centers have seen appropriate drug choice jump from 68.7% to 98.7%. A key mechanism of this change is moving the physical administration of the drug from the ward into the operating theater, putting the anesthetist in charge of the clock. The single best implementation tool. The WHO's Surgical Safety Checklist is our most powerful forcing function. Standardized use has been proven to reduce total SSIs from 6.2% to 3.4%. Our actionable strategy is to integrate SAP timing directly into the timeout phase, requiring verbal confirmation from the entire team before the first incision. The multidisciplinary ecosystem. Finally, effective SAP requires a synchronized ecosystem. The medical microbiologist sits at the center, translating PK/PD data and local antibiograms into clinical action. By moving from passive diagnostic support to active clinical leadership, we ensure that prophylaxis remains a precision tool for patient safety.